You are far smarter than you can ever imagine. There is no obstacle that you cannot overcome, no problem that you cannot solve, and no goal that you cannot achieve by applying your mind to your situation.
Go on it. What happened? What's up? Oh shit, we live? Nobody saying that. Says we in the show. I don't see nobody faces. I don't see Kiki. I don't see nobody. We just no face, no case this week. That's what the fuck it is. You know? No face, no fucking case. There we go. Oh shit, there we go. I still have no face. I am still Mr. No Face, but you, as you can see, you see the bat signal in the air. You know what I mean? You see the bat signal in the air. Acknowledge. Don't shake your head. Don't shake your head. You know what I mean? Don't even shake your head like that, Kiki. Don't do that. You know what I mean? What we're going to do is we're going to stop real quick and we're going to acknowledge my New York Knicks got their shit. My New York Knicks, come on, say it with me. My New York Knicks got their shit. Right? Very impressive. Very impressive. You know what I mean? It was very impressive how they did it. I'm impressed. You should be too. You know what I mean? I get it. Washington will get there one day, but not this time. It's the Knicks thing. Really quiet. What did I say? You get no love for my Knicks?
I'm listening to you. I'm letting you do your thing.
So here it is. My Knicks fan, y'all, everybody's in an uproar like, yo, they burning the city down. They doing that shit. Nigga, it's been 53 fucking years. 53 fucking years since we won. You know when the last time they won? I was on my way out my mama coochie. The last time they won, I was on my way out my mama coochie. So the heartache, the pain, yo, it's not a game. When you're in New York, that's like the hardest city for any team to come in and think you're gonna ball out. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. Y'all got done. So I'm really happy with my Knicks. Y'all see what it is. It is what it is. You know, I'm living the dream right now. You know what I mean? Now, unfortunately, I want to take off work so bad and just call the fuck out and go up Thursday for the fucking part for the parade. That's gonna be insane. That's gonna be insane.
But
you know what I mean? I'm gonna see what happens. I don't know yet. I gotta see if I can even, remotely get off work to make it happen. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. How was your week, Kiki? You already know how my weekend was.
My week was good. I put the bet on. I put the bet on the Knicks. I did. That's not my squad, so I
don't respect that though. Thank you.
However, I like good basketball. I feel like I didn't want my investment. I didn't want the Spurs to win. That was my only investment in going for the Knicks. Because if it had been them and the Ninja Turtles, I would have bet on the Ninja Turtles. I just didn't want the Spurs.
Can I ask you a question?
No? Absolutely.
So, as for these San Antonio fucking fans, right? I get it. Y'all like your team. Wemby, that big, tall, lanky motherfucker is a dirty playing motherfucker.
He is.
They played real dirty through the whole series. You know what I mean? And so I think what was it? What was his name? What the fuck is the old dude who's to play basketball? Got the podcast now, dark skinned dude.
No, not Charles. Come on, Draymond Green.
Nah, not Draymond. It's the other one, Steven Jackson, I think his name is, some shit like that. I don't know. That's how much I don't even pay the nigga no mind. He's like garbage to me, man. He talks shit. You a grown ass nigga walking around with a shiesty. Come on, man. I can't even respect you.
Oh, him with the shiesty.
Yeah, I can't even respect you. You know what I mean? Like, yo, he talked real reckless out his mouth. Like, yo, if that was my team, y'all that got beat the fuck up in New York. Pause, nigga. Pause on that. Pause on that. Pump your brakes, nigga. You would have got packed up. Nigga. You all mouth. You would have got packed the fuck up. You know what I mean? In New York, you would have got packed up. And they're showing you that right now. They're showing you that. They're not playing them games. It is what it is, man. But
when one thing about New Yorkers will go to jail. New Yorkers
not even think twice about it. Over the Knicks, they don't think twice about it. You know what I mean? Do you realize that crime was down 78%?
I did.
78% because the Knicks was in the playoffs and was doing their thing. Now, let me let you know another fun. Listen, let me let you know another fun fact. Yo, the reality is, I personally feel The Knicks would have swept San Antonio had the fucking orange peel, dirty, fat fucking motherfucker not come to the game.
Yeah.
Had he not, he
that was
brought
a
his bad juju into this and we lost. Okay, cool.
That was a distraction.
You know what was crazy was because people were outside saging outside Madison Square Garden after the nigga left. That shit was wild. They were saging. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of happy they didn't, because if they wanted New York, it would be the city that got tore apart. You know, but that's just what it is. You know what I mean? After 53 years, you know, they get a championship. It's nothing but love. You know what I mean? And as for Brunson is the man. Brunson is the king of New York right now.
He
will never have to pay for another meal. He wanted to pay to get. He be the king. He can go where he wants to go and do what he wants to do. He is the king of New York. He put New York on his back, and how everything he did to be a team player, to build a roster, to win, nigga, you got respect that. You got respect that.
So, may I ask you a question, like a true honest question? Do you believe anywhere? And this is me coming from back here. This is not me coming from here, right?
Okay.
Do you believe at any part of that game that it was fixed, that it was supposed to, like it was in the? Do you believe any part of that? Like NBA gods and Vegas had a lot of swaying power?
Do you feel okay? So, and for a minute there, I'm gonna say it like this: the Knicks beat the refs and San Antonio. That's just straight up, because the refs were wanted San Antonio to win, but you couldn't stop destiny. That was destiny. They were destined to win that. You know what I mean? Just the way they balled out and played. You know what I mean? And granted, these niggas started off slow. San Antonio started off hot, but they kept their composure. What I loved about them was they kept their composure and stayed at it and ran at them. And yeah. So,
the Knicks was like having to be to work at 8:30 and leaving the house at 8 o'clock. That's how they was.
For real.
look, having to be to work. Like you're late and you getting started late and everything is kind of until you eat or drink coffee or go water cooler or whatever. This was every game, and they persevered though.
They did. You know, and for that, I'm like, that was tremendous for me to watch them do that, right? And watch how they balled. It was just a pleasure to watch that shit, to see something like that. I know my boy Jamie, God rest his soul, he was in heaven going bonkers, drinking Hennessy. You know what I mean? Dad was up there smoking spliffs, going bonkers over their Knicks. So, you know what I mean? It was time. You know what I mean?
KK, Sinful, Harold, Nisha,
what's up, everybody?
Dr. Miles, what up, though? White Mizzle.
I gotta get to my other phone so I can see all these comments and shit.
Okay, White Mizzle. Good afternoon, good evening, happy Monday to you.
Hello.
What's your take? Did you watch the game?
I watched highlights, most particularly the Game 4 debacle for the Spurs. I never known a team to have that big of a lead going into the fourth quarter and tank it. Choke. Mind you, you remember the era, the 90s era where especially the Pacers and the Knicks, you had Reggie Miller doing the choke signal onto towards Spike. That's what the Spurs did. They choked. I don't know what the hell. I don't know. The sad part is I saw that last 10 minutes of the fourth quarter, and it's like I knew full well, because I'm not a fan of this modern day basketball where you gotta shoot threes constantly. It makes no sense, and that stood out to me because I full well it's like you're trying to extend the lead, but then again it's like, dude, you have this big lead, kill this clock. Make the clock your friend, and they didn't do that. And the other thing that stood out to me was Wembley being at the point area. There was a point where I don't know if there was with about 6 minutes or so, between 7 to 6 minutes left, and he takes the ball out to the corner of past a little bit past the timeline. He stops and to quote unquote have one of his teammates get the ball, but all it is was he put himself in a corner and they end up losing the ball there. And I'm thinking, why is this boy taking this ball out? Why is he even handling it? And to me, it's like there was like a lot of mental issues where I felt like the coaching didn't fully adjust properly.
But if you look at the Spurs all year long, they were known to blow big leads and lose.
Yes. Yeah, I read that report. It was like 14 times. Mind you, a lot of people were making fun of my Ravens, with that connection for this past season with that. But here it to me, it's like with that alone, leading up to the point where you allow the Knicks to come back and do what they did in those last minute. And mind you, they still had a chance to win that. Because all Fox had to do was take the ball and run around the damn half court and call it a day. No, homeboy wanted to have his one shining moment. Thought he was back in college and about to hear Luther Vandross sing for him. No, dummy. Just get the ball and run around. And I saw a Instagram video of San Antonio's fans where they, in the beginning, the first half they were cheering and all this stuff, but in that second half they were screaming and yelling at the TV, and especially at Fox when he made that dumb play, and it was like, dude, and literally they were saying, just walk. All you had to do is dribble around. All you had to do is dribble, all that stuff. I was like, yeah, I feel you. I felt like this was a missed opportunity. I give credit for the heart and determination of the Knicks fans. And no, I kind of agree, Tone, to answer your question. No, this is not the NBA fixers were not involved in this. This was a straight up legit basketball game. It was because if it was a bunch of fixers, it would have been the Knicks against the Thunder. Because that was promoted, quote unquote, over a week ago. And then who knows what would happen after that. But here it was like, this was a good battle. I mean, especially the last, after game one, I think these the remaining 4 games were tight. They were tough. Proved the heart of the Knicks that they really wanted, especially from Brunson. And he deservedly earned that MVP. So even without the super butt plug that is.
So you know what's crazy about that is that he won the MVP and he won the championship. They won the cup. I think it was like 3 different things he won this year, and then nobody else has done. You know what I mean? It's just amazing. It's just amazing that dude is a baller, and that's just what it is. He's New York's own now, and that's just. At the end of the day, that's what it is, man. So,
well, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's Lakers next year, just so you know.
What?
It's Lakers next year, Cowboys this year, yada, yada, yada.
Okay. When you done, pour me whatever you drinking in your cup over there, Shawty. I
don't even have a cup today. I'm slipping. Nothing is here. I'm slipping. I was doing something right before you came on, and it's right there. It's okay. It's okay. Well,
yeah, that's wild.
Today is the anniversary of my mother. My mother's passing. It's 7 years today. So wow, I started out 7 years.
Damn.
7 years.
You don't even. Wow.
No, it doesn't. So, and this is timing us. You know this, right? This is
This is 7 years for us.
Right. I feel like where I am now, I couldn't see then, is the lessening, the pain lessening. I never thought I could see that. It's not here. I'm into my process where I have happy thoughts. And let me tell you something. She every night, every year, like her birthday, the night before the anniversary of her death and the anniversary of her funeral, I have these big crazy dreams, which just make me smile. So I believe in my heart, and I tell anybody who has lost their parent or lost a loved one that I didn't believe it, but I am there where it hurts, but it's not aching anymore. It is memories and finally acceptance, I believe, because that's when the dreams start to get better. So, Miss Portia, keep resting. My grandbaby graduated. My grandbaby went to the first grade. I mean, to kindergarten. So he's 5, moving on.
Wow! What the fuck? What the fuck? What
Time
the
is
fuck?
moving.
Wait a minute. He was just a baby. Like he was just
a
born.
baby. Yes. And let me tell you something. Here's what I'm gonna keep y'all posted about. They were going to school together, those two. Now they separated. And that little bad one, the second one is he the one I want to see. He's the one I told you who bites the teacher. He's the one who I told you who be kicking kids and he's the one. So let's just see how this goes. I'm gonna keep you guys posted on that.
Damn, so you're a bad little motherfucker.
Oh my God. I don't want to He's mean. I don't think he's bad. He's mean. He's mean. I'm like, what the fuck you got to be mean about? What you got to what from what? What do you got to be mean about? He's the second one. Those second kids ain't shit. I'm telling you. In London.
London? So you saying London wasn't shit when she was little? She was mean too?
London ain't shit now. Like, it's the number 2 always.
God damn, wait a minute. It's the number 2 ones that ain't shit?
That's proven. You can look this up. Anybody on here that's listening to us, if you got a number 2, please put it in, say something. If I'm right, put a thumbs up. If I'm wrong, tell me why I'm wrong. Tone, think about your kids.
I'm thinking right now. Hold on, wait a minute. My second child ain't shit though. Like Ariana ain't shit. Ariana be on some bullshit. Ariana will talk shit to me. She'll do shit. She say shit. You know what I mean? Like Ariana's that one. Yeah.
I'm trying to tell y'all, the second kids ain't shit. And I've been telling London this, like with the most, with the most hard handy I can give her. Like, nigga, you just it's your place. It's not even your fault. It just is what the fuck it is. It just ain't shit. But there's hope. You can be. You can be shit if you want to be. It's gonna take some work.
It's gonna take a little work, Especially when you got grandma like you. Yeah, you ain't having that.
Absolutely.
So
So
the village just has to work a little harder. That's all.
Speaking of villages, Carmelo Anthony.
This week I'm gonna choose my words very carefully because last week I was just straight left. And thank you, Mr. White Man Soccer Player for reeling me back in. But it just goes to show the laws are not meant the same for us than they are for others. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same. You know what I mean? And we can't catch a break. We will never catch a break. And it's just sad. What the hell is that? It's just sad, that this young man.
Tell me why I'm wrong. What is that? Sorry.
What's that happen?
No, that was my phone. Sorry.
Okay, all right. I mean, so when you look at this, you know what I mean, and what was this child supposed to do? Let's flip the roles real quick. What was that Rittenhouse? That Kyle Rittenhouse? This motherfucker has traveled from state to state to state to murder somebody, right? But he walked. This young man here was defending his life. Stand your ground, defending his life, and lost and took a life. You know what I mean? And you took a life in a state where you got no wings. Anywhere in Texas, Alabama, and places like that, bro, you better not do no crime. It's getting to the point now where we don't need to do any more crimes, man. If you man, stop. It's not fair. It's never going to be played fair. It's never going to be fair for us.
So do the details change the situation for you? Because I wasn't there, but the things that I did go and read about was stating that and in my belief, school rivalries are just that is some shit on paper. There's nothing for someone to die about. So the fact that they said it was raining and he went over to their tent to shelter from the rain, and y'all trying to jump me, like what do they think was supposed to happen?
No.
And you put your hands on me. Like and see if the thing that white man just had up there that said, even though he touched him first, like he still was in the wrong, fuck out of here. Like I don't agree with that. And I've had time to.
So what they're saying is he was supposed to stand there and just let it happen to him.
Yeah, because
let it happen to him and walk away. And that was it.
So, I think we talked about it last week, but it has come up that the dad and the judge is homies.
Wow, I didn't know that.
It has come up. And honestly, when that happens, because Tone, you ever been in jury duty?
No.
Okay, White Mizzle, you ever been in jury duty?
Yes, I have.
You know that heavy line of questioning they ask you when you're doing an hour of questioning about, do you know this person? Have you ever da-da-da? The judge is supposed to recuse himself.
Yeah.
If you have any dealings, knowledge, or any run-ins or dealings or knowledge of whomever you are judging over. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Pretty much, yes.
So what you're saying is the judge and the dad are homies, and he still presided over the case, and that's what he did.
Yeah.
So there's definitely grounds for appeal, But you have to also take a look at the state that we're in. They were in Texas.
Okay. Can I throw some salt in the?
Please be my guest.
Okay, so yesterday I'm sitting there, I'm looking at scrolling through Instagram, Charleston White comes up.
Yeah.
Because when these type of things happen, you always get celebrities who, at the behest of their big following, they join in and they rally behind wrongdoings, right?
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, Charleston White and a couple of other celebrities was behind their family, but he announced last night that he's done. He's not dealing with them no more. He's not supporting them no more because those niggers niggered.
How do you figure?
He said they raised $1 million for the appeal. The family, but they only needed $700,000. The family said, "Well, let me keep the rest." He says, "No, we got what we needed. That was the point of it. Even though you people make the money you make, we need to send that money back." They got into this big old thing, and the family was like, didn't understand like why that was going on. So they were saying that the fact that the mother was not there for the court date, the fact that the father is asking this wild shit like about the leftover money, that their interest is not for the child. So okay,
so I'm a little conflicted with that because when you have people that put up these GoFundMes, right?
Okay.
And sometimes people put it at a limit, right?
Mm-hmm.
They make their limit, but people still donating money to them. People still donating money to them. Are those people held to the same standard of giving that money back once they made what they asked for? I've never seen this where people have given money back because we just needed this amount. You know what I mean? Nah, these motherfuckers keeping the money, so I'm not mad at them for that. I mean,
So do two wrongs make a right? Like the fact that they're okay. Meaning
Mm-hmm.
Nomi said don't forget that they knew the prosecutor as well. So I guess the judge and the prosecutor was the father's homies. So being that we know that and they're wrong, are we mad that this person?
I'm noticing people saying, how did the lawyers not know this? How was that not known?
In discovery.
Right? So is it fair to say, because I've seen this and I've been in the front end of this, where when you're young, you're black, you don't know no better, you get railroaded. And it sounds exactly what happened to this young man. He was railroaded. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. Because if you have a prosecutor, you have a judge, and the father all know each other, How did that kid stand a fair chance at all? Not knowing. Isn't Texas a stand your ground state? Oh, wait a minute, my bad. That's only standing your ground if you're white. Damn, my bad. Oops.
Yeah, I don't think it's for everybody. Dede says, I agree. He stood his ground, and the dad was on the racist bullshit afterwards. Watermelon felon and all that bullshit. But Carmelo parents failed him. All his national attention, and they got the bullshit ass lawyer shaking my head.
Yeah, but at the time when he's going to court, you know what I mean? Yo, this was a lawyer that they had. You know what I mean? They didn't know, they didn't look to say, hey, we want to fire your ass because this is the way this trial is going. You know what I mean? You got some people that you got to look at that they don't understand how the system works. You know what I mean? And I'm not taking up for his family and saying they do, but maybe they didn't know. Maybe they just figured they got a lawyer and they was under the interpretation that, yo, my son should beat this. This is a beatable case. But you had a shitty lawyer. And it didn't do his due diligence and didn't do that. And you didn't think to fire him. And some people don't think to fire him. Yo, if you're not happy with your lawyer and you don't feel it's right, yo, I'm fine. And you fired, Slim. I get somebody else to do it. No, I need another lawyer. You can fire that Bama right then and there. But this kid doesn't know. This is a kid. This is a kid. The parents, you know what I mean? Like, yo, I think this kid was just railroaded and you know, and he was failed. You know what I mean? You can say what you want about the parents. You say what you want. And some of these parents don't know shit from shit neither. You know what I mean? I mean, come on now. These white people clearly set him up for failure. That's exactly what it is. Nothing else about it.
Okay. So Anita said basis for appeal for sure. Tamara says, I never seen a trial go so fast and sentencing all in the same week. Then they say you never have enough money for your child. Fuck them bills. It's my baby. Let me buy the judge and the Supreme Court.
I respect that. I respect that.
And he also says, and shipped off to the feds during the same time, railroaded for sure, and their family is a warden of a jail. Oh, the warden of a jail. All wardens are friends. Nomi says, pictures came out the day of the guilty verdict. And Harold says, he ain't getting out on that appeal. He was a court-appointed, he has a court-appointed attorney.
There it is.
The appeal.
There it is. You have a court-appointed attorney, but this kid can fire the fucking lawyer and get another lawyer in there. Just because you have a court-appointed, you can fire this fucking lawyer. Because clearly this lawyer, that court-appointed, listen here, please let me tell y'all something. Oh. When it comes to these court-appointed lawyers, they already down with the fucking prosecutor and all of them. They're never there to really fight for you. Their job is to get you to cop out. That is it. I've never ever have come across a legal aid lawyer that went to bat for you. You know how many cases they got? You just another fucking file. They're not investing no shit into this. They're not investing to that. You know what I mean? They're getting off by sending you to jail. As a kid, when I went to jail, what I know now, I did that shit by myself. I would have fired these niggas like, fuck out of here, man. What are you talking about? But I didn't know no better. And here's how they looked at me. My first time, they was like, yo, this is the best deal you're going to get. You're not going to get no better. You might as well take this. If I were you, I would take this. And as a kid in jail, I don't know no better. I was a kid. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, fuck it. All right. And copped out to some shit where later on in life, I look back and be like, if I took that shit to trial, I could have beat that shit. But you didn't know that. This is a young kid. What does he know? You know what I mean? Parents probably don't know nothing about this. You know, I mean.
So can you give me some education on the court-appointed lawyers? Are they new people out of school? Are they people who just feel good about being?
They're trying to make their bones. A lot of these motherfuckers are trying to make their bones and trying to work their way up. You work for legal aid. You know what I mean? You know how many people are incarcerated who can't afford attorneys?
Yeah. And
this is what you're given. Yo, I don't make no money. I don't make enough money to buy a lawyer. Well, here we're gonna give you this legal aid. And you just become another file to them. And they're not, and half the time, these niggas are not doing the due diligence or the research to help you win your case. You have to do that. You have to be the one due diligent and getting this stuff done because they're not. Because the next time you're going to stand in front of the judge with them now, and the next time that motherfucker is going to look at your fucking case or look at your file is when you get ready to go stand back in front of the judge again. and that's real shit. That's real shit.
So how are you able to hide? Because I'm recently going to court with my brother. I'm really into this whole thing now. But so how are they able to, first of all, not admit a video? I'm reading that they hid the video, and how are you not able to introduce the fact that all these motherfuckers be eating together?
Because the lawyer's not doing it. So wait, who? And Henry said they done changed the law now to where you can't even fire a court-appointed lawyer without grounds. The grounds is I don't feel he's doing a good job for me, motherfucker. He's not doing a good job. He's not doing what's best for my well-being. He's supposed to be fighting for me, and this nigga just laying there letting this shit just happen. You know what I mean? Because if you had a half a decent lawyer, would have picked up on all that shit, would have found out all that shit. So now, what Nomi said is Cardi B gave her legal team for the appeal. If that's the case, he coming home.
So look, if the parallel to these legal lawyers, these court-appointed lawyers, they're like the UFL. They just look, because she said they're retired lawyers, so they like the UFL, like they used to
Something
play.
like that. So look, said I had a good court-appointed attorney, but she was young, trying to get her name out. She fought like hell for me, and I was guilty as fuck. He had a good one. Bruh, he had a good one. You know what I mean? But for the most part, man, these motherfuckers don't pay you no attention. They don't think about you. You just another file, bruh. You know what I mean? And you young guys are going to jail, and you're not thinking of repercussions. Oh, I'm good. You know, half of you motherfuckers, if you had a decent lawyer, you could beat some of this shit. I'm not telling you go out and do crimes and just to try to beat shit, but I'm saying a lot of these young men are in jail, got railroaded over some bullshit, and nobody's going to go back and look in their case.
Because they say
this is why they get you to cop out. This is why they get you to cop out and make you say, "Oh, I'm guilty. Let me take the time and go down the road."
And they do say that the adage is the difference between winning and losing is how much you pay for your lawyer. Because every case is winnable. They say regardless of what it is, every case is winnable if that bread is good.
Look,
and losable.
Look, even they know that we don't do them public pretenders. You feel me? Look at Harold said, a court appointed is there to make deals. Only reason he may work is that the case has media attention.
Imagine no media.
But the dude really didn't do no work. Because if this stuff is coming out now, how did he not know about that?
Not the public pretenders.
But he's right. But the Dame Dollar right, though. They are pretenders, man. They're having you young niggas in there thinking, oh, these niggas going to be good for me. But the nigga ain't not doing nothing for you. They not going to bat for you. They not working for you, man. Stop thinking that. And these parents thinking, well, we got a court-appointed lawyer. Maybe they didn't have the money. Then when you're looking at, they going to keep the extra $300,000. These niggas probably didn't have the money. They didn't have the money like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Granted, I want to see some of these white people give some money back. These niggas ain't giving shit back. These niggas, they're not giving shit back.
If you look at the white people who fuck with the black community, you know what I'm saying, who make their living off of our record sales or their concerts because we fuck with them because they do black music, like I think somebody in that arena should speak up sometime. Like, what's his name? Post Malone, and what's the little white boy name that was at the game the other night? French Montana and all them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Harlow and all them. All people who be fucking with your shit be on FM radio or they be streaming with black people. Say something. I don't even care. Like, something. And it's not everybody's job. I get it. Like, celebrities are not spokespeople. They're supposed to keep it business and you keep it whatever. But you speak on anything else, I think you should speak on something. I mean,
you should. If you have that type of platform, right?
Yes.
You should at least open your mouth and say something. You know what I mean?
I hope some light will be brought to this. I hope the appeal is worth hope the appeal is worth it. Like, I hope that they honestly put their put their knees to the ground and come up with some shit that we can't see and blow these people out the water and make it a case. Because just like you said, and I was thinking they probably thought they was gonna win because that is not murder. Like the you know what I'm saying? Like murder is different from like manslaughter.
Exactly.
It's different from attempted murder, and it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like all that stuff is different.
And Harry, you are absolutely right, Mr. Henry. Every case got a dollar sign behind it. It is. It's about the money. You know what I mean? It's about the money. You know, I think, you know, at this point in time, you know, this kid can turn around and beat it on appeal and come home. Now the question is, how long will that take? How much time of his life will be taken away before he steps back in the courtroom for an appeal?
Yeah, it's gonna be a brick. It's gonna be a brick. You know? They're gonna drag the ass on that.
Think about what this is doing to this. Think about what this is doing to this young man's mentally. The PTSD that this nigga's going through, he's experiencing right now. You know what I mean? And people don't think about what that does to you in there. You know what I mean? What this young kid is going through in there.
Well, Tone, you know what I mean? He got to get something though, because you harmed someone. You got to get something. I don't think you just gonna walk. I don't think you're gonna walk.
You know, hold on. So wait a minute. So what you're saying is he's got to get something because he defended himself and somebody ended up dead? I'm trying to understand. That's what you're saying to me.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even care.
No, you can't believe that.
No, I've never seen
nobody. Does that only fit for a black man?
No, I mean okay.
Clearly it does.
I'm trying to explain to you because you might be right because that's how things end up, right? But I've sat on many a jury duty, and the way they explain like how you're supposed to cast your vote or whatever you're supposed to feel and think and know. It's the wording. It's the wording. And I think that's why a lot of people get mad at a lot of things because they don't understand. Like, if what you did caused someone's death, there's something. I don't know what. I'm not telling you. I don't know what I get it. But there is something that has to take place when you harm someone and they don't live.
Okay. So what we were just talking about that last week where that fucking Chinese dude shot the young kid in the back and killed him.
Yes.
In the back. And that's murder. Kid didn't have no weapon on him. The kid was running away from the kid was harmless and didn't do nothing. And you chased him down and shot him in the back and killed him. That is murder.
Yes.
But this man walks. But he walks. He's free.
And that's not right. That's not right because
so clearly when you sit and look at these things, it's skin color. It's skin color. That's just what it is. Let's call it spade a spade. That's what it is, man. We do not have to say the laws don't apply to us as way as it do to the white people or other religions, other nationalities. It doesn't.
I agree. That's why I want us to prepare ourselves. Like if somebody's saying like he just gonna walk, and that's not it's not plausible. It's not. It's possible, but I think it's doubtful. Because where he is in this in geographics, like South, the money that people got, you know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna take a lot. And I think what I do like about social media, which I don't like a lot about it, social media will bring attention to something that needs attention. So sometimes that decision is swayed and is changed, and people get the pressure on their neck to do the right fucking thing because everybody's looking. Just like who was that aunt said? Harold said, imagine no social media. We would have never known nothing. So the fact that this is getting some attention, I feel like that will, if done properly, somebody gotta wipe their nose a little cleaner because they dirty as shit right now.
I mean, at this point in time, I'm just, I don't know. I look at what Aaron said. He said, the young man ain't going to be the same. And this is a fact. Oh my God, hold on for a second.
We've already seen what we'll do to adapt. Just mute your phone. Mute your thing. Don't.
I'm trying to. Why are you fucking calling me?
Mute your cell phone here. And said, the young man ain't going to be the same. We've already seen what will what he will do to adapt to survive, and it's a whole different animal in there. Harold said that white dude that raped and killed his half sister got house arrest. Crazy. Timothy Hudson, a 16-year-old boy accused of rape and strangulation death of his 18-year-old stepsister, Anna Kepner, to remain on house arrest under family supervision pending his trial. The charges stem from an incident in November 2025 aboard Carnival cruise ship. Oh, wow. That's wild.
Come back and say, I'm sorry. I was trying to deal with that and cuss the stupid people out. What was that all about, Kiki?
He says Timothy Hudson, a 16-year-old boy accused of rape and strangulation of his 18-year-old half-sister, Anna Kepner, to remain on house arrest under family supervision pending his trial. Yeah. Stemmed from an incident in November 2025 aboard a Carnival cruise ship. And he got house arrest.
Yes. I heard of that. He's right. I heard of that. And what color is this young man?
He's from the mountains. He's from the mountains. He's from the mountains.
That to me was some sick shit. Like, you let this nigga go home? Like, yo, what? Are you fucking serious? He's on house arrest? Yo, what's up with the parents with that? I got so many questions about that story. That story there, I got a billion questions about.
You coming home with me? Oh no. Not up in here. Not up in here.
So, yo, look, you killed your stepsister, right? There's no way. So here's one true story, right? Years ago, me and my ex, you know what I mean? Her son stole my car and totaled my car, right? And he was a minor. And they were going to release him under her custody. And I looked at her face. I looked at I looked at the magistrate, and looked at her and said, if you let him go, I'll be back here and murder. I'll be back here and murder in a couple hours.
Damn.
And they looked at me and I was like, I'm not even fucking laughing. I'm dead serious. I'm going to kill this kid. And I mean that shit. Literally, I'm going to break his fucking neck and I'm going to kill him. I'll be back here in a matter of hours. I was dead ass serious. There was no way the nigga was coming home. There was no way. She was over there boo-hooing. I was, bitch, shut the fuck up. I'll motherfucking knock you upside your fucking head right now. And this was in front of the magistrate. I did not give a flying fuck. And then, the magistrate said, I don't think it's a good idea. We should release him. You think? I'm dead ass. I was very serious. So whoever the parent is, if it's the father's child or the mother's child, get the fuck out of here. How y'all gonna live in a house when you know what this nigga did and he's on house arrest just chilling?
Ain't no way.
Got me. But once again, the laws are not the same for us that they are for them. Okay, we have to stop putting ourselves in situations, you know what I mean, where we have to test that theory time and time again. When are we going to wake up and realize, this shit ain't working for us? We not going to be treated the same. As much as you would like to think that, well, they would like to make you believe that, it's the same. The laws they're not.
Fair and No. You're right. Ant says, I'm a mixed Asian guy from the South who has been to prison. Let me tell you, I wish I had a jury that Asian man had.
See? And this is he's a mixed Asian man. He's telling you what it is. You wish you had a jury with, you murdered. And this wasn't, it's not like this was that guy's first time. He had another similar run-in with the same type of thing, and you turned around and did it again, and you walked. Then you got this white kid that killed his stepsister. He's home on house arrest chilling. Right? But you have this young black man that defended himself, pulled his knife out, and unfortunately resulted in a white person losing their life.
What's that?
Right? And this kid is in jail. And they didn't waste, like you said, they didn't waste no time. I've never seen where somebody got convicted, sent up the road all in one fucking week. I've never. You know what I mean? Never. Anybody else get convicted, okay, well, sentences will be a couple months down the road. No, these niggas got him about the way right fast. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. It's just crazy.
They had to hurry that up.
Harold said Timmy is a good kid. Fuck out of here. Timmy would be a dead kid. Timmy would be a dead kid. I wouldn't care what anybody would have to say. Nigga, there would be no way, man. In his sleep, I'd have been like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna kill you. You know what I mean? Shit, I don't give a fuck.
Damn.
How do you even look at this child? How do you even remain in the house? How do you even look at this child? How do the family even look at this nigga?
You can't stay here. You can't stay here.
You would have to been in jail, bro. You could have never came home. It's just nah. There's no way. But the more you see these different cases come out and about in the public eye, you can see it's clear as day. If somebody wants to come on here and debate and say no, it's like that, please, by all means, let's have that discussion. Because you can't argue with facts. We as a people, you screwed. It don't matter what we do, we're gonna be under the magnifying glass, and these niggas is trying to put us back in jail. I am telling you now, these days, how can I say this? MAGA and these Trump supporters are trying to take us back to Jim Crow 2.0. Watch. Just sit back and watch. Look at what's going on.
Speaking of Trump, he has some very shocking things to say over the weekend. I don't know if you're aware, but there's a black woman that is running for mayor, and he said if she wins, they're gonna take over DC statehood. He's gonna run DC because he don't like her. What the fuck are we doing? We got a UFC ring in the middle.
Look at what's going on. They're blatant with it these days. They're blatantly with it. They don't give a fuck. But I remember when he was running and people supported him and people were like, that's my president. But you overlooked all the other shit you're doing, but you just wanted to focus on one thing instead of taking the blinders off and looking at everything. And now you sit back and you look at what this dude is doing. They don't give a fuck.
Spider said the biggest issue, unfortunately, is why did the guy have a knife on school property?
Okay. Yo, I'm gonna ask y'all this. When y'all were younger, y'all didn't carry knives? Y'all didn't have a knife in your pocket when you was younger? I hear where you getting at with this, but did you ever carry a knife when you were younger? You know what I mean? As a young kid, you never carried a knife? I know I did. I know I had a pocket knife. You know what I mean? It's no different. I would rather have a kid with a pocket knife than a nigga with a gun. Well, these white boys bring guns to school.
Okay, let me be devil's advocate, because even if you did, it don't make it right. And if you let's just, for the sake of argument, Tone, let's just
Spider, there was no gun found. They really, Spider. Come on, bro. Come on.
No, let's just do this.
All right, go.
Because that's what they want. And let's give it to them. It don't make it right that you had a gun and you're not supposed. I mean, a knife. You're not supposed to have a knife in school. So, with that being said, why wouldn't you just take your consequences? You did some shit. You brought some shit.
Okay.
Someone died died from a weapon that you wasn't supposed to have on campus.
Okay.
To that you say what?
To that I say, what was that kid supposed to do? He wasn't supposed to have it. Granted that, but you're talking about putting him away for 30 some odd years. That's your justification when you have these white kids that come in these schools and shoot up the whole fucking school. Mm-hmm. When you have these white people that do this same or if not worse atrocities to us and walk.
They make it back to the police station.
Huh?
Unharmed, unscathed, not even the dog bite.
At the end of the day, Kyle Rittenhouse, his mama drove him from state to state just so he can go squeeze his gun off. And he walked. That's legal? I'll wait. See? Spider, there was a difference between you and I. You grew up in Clinton. That's like a suburb. To me, to me, where I come from, is like a suburb. Growing up in New York, that was just a common thing to do. We come from two different beasts. My beast that was a normal thing to do. Everybody had a pocket knife on them. This is what it was. You know what I mean? Now they changed the pocket knife for a gun. Okay. Kid had a knife on him. As y'all grown men, some of you grown men, you don't have a pocket knife? You don't carry around with a pocket knife? I got one right here that I carry. One right here that I carry. A pocket knife on me. Granted, it may be illegal. It may be illegal to have it on school grounds, but you know what I mean? Is it legal for what them kids did to him? Nigga went to defend himself. Does the clap back mean anything?
So, Anisha, she says that sentence is excessive. Day said the town was only 10% black, and that's on a good day. Definitely railroaded. Ed said, George Person, I understand that, but I have the mentality that I'm going to protect myself by any means necessary. So coming from a guy who only weighed 140 pounds, I'm not going to throw hands with anybody's. Sorry, I changed my background to black, and it's so hard to see this. I shouldn't have. I'm not going to throw hands with anybody. If it's worth it, then it's worth it. Shooting someone, I look at hold on. Okay. I'm not going to throw hands with somebody who only weighs 100. I am going to throw hands with someone, who only weighs 140 pounds. I'm not going to throw hands with anybody if it's worth that. Then it's worth shooting someone. I look at some things for the kid. If you see a bigger kid and knows that he can't beat them up and they keep messing with him, then the knife even to play. Evens the playing field. I guess he must be talking to it. Yeah. I guess the knife evens the playing field.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that at all. Mm-hmm. What else did this kid have to go through? Or what else did this kid have to endure? Do we know that story? Do you understand that story? Do you understand why he was carrying the knife? It's a question you need to ask. You know?
Yeah, because it couldn't be. It had to be some recurrent something. It had to be something.
Why this child felt the need to carry a knife. It has to be something. A child doesn't wake up and say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna carry a knife."
Said he'd rather be caught with it than caught without it.
Facts. You know what I mean? And that's the truth. You know what I mean? A kid did what he had to do. I'm not saying if you want to charge him for having a knife on how big was this knife? How big was said knife?
It was a little pocket knife. It was a little something. He just poked a little something. That's what they said.
Okay, so put your 4 fingers together. If the knife reaches over that, it's illegal. If the knife doesn't go past you, like my little pocket knife, I'm smart. Yeah. I know better. My shit only lasts my 4 fingers because I know the law. I know that for a fact. Okay. If it's anything longer than that, yeah, that's an illegal weapon. But if it's something that you put your 4 fingers across and take your knife and slap it across them fingers and it don't come out the other side, then that's a pocket knife. Now, granted, some schools will still say a weapon is a weapon is a weapon. Okay, I understand that. You know what I mean? But this kid was carrying that for some reason, and luckily he had it that day, because what if he didn't have it? Well, let's talk about if he didn't have his weapon, he didn't have that knife on him. These white boys wasn't going to let up.
Oh, for sure. And it was more of them than it was of him. So then I'm trying to wonder, like, if you was under rival team's tent, like, where was your squad? Like, what was your team?
Niggas was young. We don't know that what made him go to the rival team's tent.
They said the rain. He was going and it rained and he was just trying to shelter himself.
So because he went under the rival team tent, did that warrant these white boys to attack him?
Then they said that he was antagonizing him. He kept saying, "Step up to me," like I guess from what they said. Listen. I don't.
What the people said. That's what the people said.
This is what reporting is. White boys was was they did start some stuff with him, and then I guess the white boy was trying to leave, trying to go away. He kept saying like, "Step to me, like don't step to me. If you step to me, I'm telling you right now, like just do it, just do it, just do it, just hit me, type shit."
Okay.
Which is just words. You ain't gotta freaking do it because I said it, but
yeah.
they answered the call and.
Okay. But okay, they answered the call, right?
Yeah.
But they could have took the upper road and walked away.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
But you did. You answered the call, and when you answered the call, I think because the kid done had enough. Some of these kids get put in these positions. You know what I mean? We always look at these neighborhoods, right? When we look at these neighborhoods, we see the bad kids. But what about the kids living in those neighborhoods that are fearful and scared? Mm-hmm. Right? And this is the type of shit they got to go through. So now you got motherfuckers that's trying to attack you. Go ahead and do it. This is one time I'm telling you, go ahead and do it because it ain't going to end the way the fuck you think it's going to end. And it sure didn't end that way for them white boys, for that white boy. You could have walked away and you didn't. And I'm not condoning the fact that if he was egging them on, you know what I mean? He could have shut his fucking mouth too and just been like, you know what, y'all, everybody just chill, man. I'm just trying to stay out the rain and didn't have to go to it, didn't have to do nothing. But maybe the young kid had enough. I don't know. I'm speculating as well as everybody else right now. We're speculating.
Okay, let me start the pot a little bit, Tone, because somebody made a comment about it being a sundown town, and that maybe that's how so many people have changed their stories. If let's say it were you, and this was Stafford, right?
Okay.
Your little kids grew up with the neighbors next door. You know everybody from end to end on your block, right? And y'all pretty tight knit, primarily black. And one of your daughter's friends, this happened to them. And you knew what the real was, but do you insert yourself in an interview? Do you lie for that kid because the neighborhood is tight, or that's my daughter's friend? I don't want to see him go down. Would you mind your fucking business, or would you add your influence and go in there and change your story around, even though like in support of the child?
I'm minding my fucking business. I'm staying the fuck out of it. I'm staying out of the fucking limelight. I'm just, if that's what I'm saying, if you're talking about like, the white people, right?
Yeah.
For me, as me, I'm gonna mind my own business. I'm gonna stay out of it. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I ain't getting involved in it. Blah 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 blah. But the white people stick together. You know what I mean? And they'll be damned to see a black kid walk after killing one of their own. That's what it is.
And okay, so Batman is on. He said that county is a sundown county at the end of the day. And he said niggas made the case about race. Instead of the father listening to the guidance of locals, he went with the Black Lives Matter type niggas and lost all of his help.
I want to debate Batman on that. You know what I mean? And niggas made it about race. Then what was it then, Batman? Prior to it being about race, what was it right now? Because I'm a little confused. You know what I mean? I'm a little confused. I'm not making it race, but damn it, man. I mean, if it's a spade, if it's a duck and it's quacking like a duck and it's walking like a duck, then I'm gonna call that motherfucker a duck. It ain't no fucking swan. It's a fucking duck. So help me understand. You know what I mean? He didn't have the guidance to listen to what do you mean? And he went with the Black Lives type, the Black Lives Matter type niggas. Help me understand that. You know what I mean? Help me understand that. Because if he went with the Black Lives Matter type niggas, he would have had his child would have had a better lawyer than what the fuck he had instead of a legal aid. So I need more content to what you're saying, Batman, because right now, that comment is given like, yo, what the fuck is up? Where you really stand at on this line? You know what I mean? I got to question you that now. Does that make you? Because the way it sounds like you stand over there with white folk, like, yo, he had it coming to him. Black kids should have just walked away. I mean, like, help me understand what you're trying to say, Batman, because that right there, that ain't it, bro. That ain't it. It's clearly a race thing. You know what I mean? With everything that's going on in this country right now, how could that not be a racial thing? It's a black kid that went to go under a rival's tent to get out the rain and shit went left. If you're not listening to the white boy father and all that shit, he could try to spin it that nigga's a racist motherfucker, period. How could you not think this is not about race? When you had an Oriental guy just the other week shot a black kid in the back and walked. How about the one that we were just talking about, little Timmy, motherfucker strangled and murdered his sister, and he's at home with house arrest, eating like what house it? Eating spaghetti and chilling, watching TV.
Eating spaghetti.
What I'm simply saying is we are not afforded the same opportunities and the laws don't apply to us as where it applies to them. If that is not race, sir, then what is race? What is it then?
He said it was about race, but in the political law arena, you don't win some cases with race.
You don't. This was a stand your ground.
Man, call in.
Huh?
No, he says, can he call in?
Call my. Yeah, call my phone. Call my phone, Batman. Call my phone.
White man.
Because I need context. I need to help because I'm not understanding what he's really trying to say.
Can I send him the link so we can just do it this way? I have it.
Yeah, you can just share the link. There should be a button that says you can share the
Somebody
link.
Share the link with Batman. I can't right now. I can't share. Can you share
I have it. I'm going to send it to him. I have it. So he can get on here.
You know what I mean? I think what Cochran said he's right. He said, I keep hearing about us playing the race card. What else should we play? We get this treatment in so many cases because we are black. So how can you look and say it's a racial thing?
So Tone, so this is just me asking a question. Again, everything I ask you is because it comes to my brain. There's no way. So you're saying there's no way that this could be anything other than race. It can't be seen no other way. It can't be handled no other way than racial.
Hey, y'all still there?
Yes, we're here.
Is she still there?
I'm here. You can't hear me?
Yeah, we're still here, Tom.
We're here, Tom. Is he?
I think he froze.
Tom.
Yeah, I think he froze.
He must have froze.
Okay, what'd you say? It froze on my end, Kiki.
Okay, can you hear me now, Tom?
Kiki, yeah, it froze on my end. I'm sorry, honey. What was you saying?
I was asking.
Can you repeat that because it froze on my end?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I was saying. So listening to what you say.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So listening to what you say, I agree. I mean, am I taking from what you said that there's no other way to handle this case outside except for a racial case? There's no other way to look at it. There's no other way to handle it as race.
It's race plays a part in this case. Can there be another way? Possibly, but when you sit back and you look at it carefully, race plays a major part in this case. It's a racism major. Yo, this kid was fucking railroaded. Let me ask you this. Had this been a white on white crime, right? Mm-hmm. Had this been a white on white crime, do you think the same thing would have happened?
Absolutely not.
One, I don't think we would have. That's one. It would have never been national news. But do you think if it was white on white with the white kid that stabbed and killed the other kid, would he receive 30 some odd years?
We wouldn't have heard about it. So no, we wouldn't have. No, they would have worked that shit out. They would have worked that shit off at Topgolf.
They would have worked it out because it was his first offense.
He was 14.
Freaking on me. I don't.
We can hear you.
Okay,
it was his first offense.
Okay, but for them, he didn't know any better. His mind wasn't developed. He was still a young kid. He didn't know nothing. You know what I mean? And it would have been swept under the rug. The kid would it would have been worst case scenario. If somebody had to go to, it would have been manslaughter, and he would have got maybe 3 to 5 years.
I agree. And so listen, because I'm gonna tell you with a kid brain, right? With a kid's brain, you don't think that poking someone is going to kill them because you don't have no working knowledge of arteries and artery placement. You don't even understand like what arteries do, and he probably know how he died, like why he died. So
let me ask you this, Kiki. Let me ask you this: in the middle of a fight, you know what I mean? And in the middle of a fight, and you guys said, are you thinking about where you're stabbing a person at, or you just trying to get this motherfucker up off you?
Not at the time, no.
As a child, as a person, I'm in the middle of some shit, and niggas still swinging on me, and I'm poking this nigga. I'm poking this nigga to get him up off me. I don't know where I'm poking at. I'm just poking. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know, this may have or may not have happened. I don't know. You know what I mean? But years ago, somebody, you know what I mean, was out doing something they had no business doing. Right? And a brawl pursued. A brawl broke off in a scuffle happened. And in the midst of a scuffle, I heard somebody got stabbed. Now, the individual didn't know, you know what I mean? He wasn't thinking about where he was going to stab this motherfucker at. He just stabbed the person. You know what I mean? Got up out of there. Don't know what happened. Got up out of there. But the point of what I'm making is, hey, you not thinking in that situation, you in the middle of a fight, and you fighting for your life to get these niggas up off you. There's 2 of you, and there's 2 of them, 1 of me. I'm poking. I didn't know I poked this nigga up, and I hit like you said. I hit an artery. Excuse me, what you say?
The Batman here.
Okay, white man. Okay. Batman.
Batman, what's up, Batman?
Hey, what's up, family?
Talk to
Help me understand what you were saying, Batman.
We are a very emotional people.
Okay.
So we know that it's about race. But what we don't understand is that we don't have the power to fight it as though it is about race.
Okay.
That boy's father blew that. Make a long story short, Texas is its own country.
Yeah.
Facts. I agree with you.
The guidelines that the judge gave that boy was typical of what they gave juveniles or
I think he froze too.
I think Batman froze.
We have to understand that his father went with them Benjamin Crump type niggas, man. Where them niggas don't do nothing during the initial process until it starts to catch a little fanfare. Mm-hmm. So they want to come in and do a few interviews and get their speeches, collect all this money for the attorneys, split the monies up amongst each other, and leave that boy parents to pretty much fight for himself. But make a long story short, that kid's appeal bond is about 150 grand. Niggas can put that money together.
Yep.
But the people that offered to help him, appeal bond is you put the 150,000 up, he gets bonded out, and a new case begins.
Okay.
They retry the case. You get the proper attorney, not them Black Lives Matter attorneys that want to get up there and say, we black treat us right. You get an attorney locally, Texas attorney, that knows them folk and know the strategy of how to approach that particular case. And then they would be able to call back all of the witnesses and everybody that was there that changed their stories. They made initial statements that would have exonerated that kid.
Okay.
But they changed it. All of them changed their stories. And there was a lot of things that weren't allowed into the hearing.
Like the video.
All of that.
Yeah.
Of those things. And the attorney that was on the case for the little kid, he wasn't about that life. He was the wrong attorney. You understand what I'm saying? So we didn't necessarily lose this case because of race. And as much as y'all know how I don't like white people and how I'm pro-black, I am learning the older I get. The older I get, and the more understanding I have from being successful in business, we can't keep playing that race card. As long as we do not come together and organize with our finances, the same shit I have been saying since I met you, Kalina Grant.
Okay, I agree with you, Batman.
I met you, Tone. I've been saying the same thing. It's been about 10 years now.
Yes.
I think when I met y'all, I was in my mid-40s. I am now almost 60, saying the same thing. So to bring it back to the case, that is why that man lost. Because he had help from locals that was going to put the money up. They had rappers call in and offer this money. And the money was available to get him out on the appeal bond. That would have got him home, and then the case could have been retried. All that stuff would have been brought back to the forefront, and boom. However, the father, listening to them Ben Crump, Charlie Brown type niggas, wanted all the money because he needed to move because he was getting death threats.
Yes.
So he wanted all the money, the $1 million+ that was raised. He wanted all that money to go on about his own way of how he should think it should be done, under the guidance of them Benjamin Crump type niggas. Do you understand? That makes sense what I'm saying, Tone?
Okay, I got you now.
So even though everything in this country is about race, we have to get to a point where we understand that we are at the end of the marathon. Black people, we're at the end of the marathon. We need to concentrate on what we can do with each other to build our organizational strength up. Until then, all we're going to do is raise our blood pressure up over this kid getting all this time. We're going to upset ourselves when we have the power to overcome these things. You beat that white man with his law.
Yeah, but we try to beat them with their law, though, Batman. Sometimes, like I said, it doesn't apply to us the same way as it applied to them when they use the law. You know what I mean? When you look at some of these cases that are going on, right, and you look how some of these people did the same thing, but this person walks, but the other person doesn't walk. You know what I mean? It's not the same for us. No matter what, when you say go in the courtroom and fight and use the laws against them, they don't apply. They bend the rules, so we can't use those laws against these people. And it won't work for us. So what do you do in situations like that? What are we supposed to do as the people? Now, I have very little faith in the justice system. If I'm put in a situation where my life is at line on stake and I got to do whatever to preserve my life, I don't have faith because now I protected my life. Even though this person may attack me, I'm still going to go to jail. Where if it's another person of another color that did the same thing, they walk away. What do we do in those situations?
I agree with that. But I repeat what I just said. We have to upgrade our organizational strength. Tone, I was married to a major attorney in PG County for a long time. Nigga, I done broke about 20 felonies during my time in PG County. And I ain't do time for none of them because I had the right people. I was her husband, number one.
And there it is.
And her team cleared me of all kind of stuff, legal and illegal.
So you had the inside track. You had them people that were going to back for you. You know what I mean?
Yes.
What if you committed those same crimes?
Same crime.
You didn't have that type of inside track. Where would you be at right now?
It would have behooved me to listen and follow the guidance of those from the area that I committed the crime, for me to follow their guidance.
Okay.
The local people who knew what's up.
Not some,
as opposed to these Benjamin Crump, Black Charlie Brown type niggas that's in it for notoriety and the money. They don't have a particular passion or conviction for the case.
What's that black lawyer, the bald head black dude?
Benjamin
Every time
Crump.
something happens, you always see that nigga on
That's
TV
him.
running
Every time something happens, and look, and he don't have, how you doing, brother? He don't have, he doesn't have jurisdiction to practice law. So what he does, he's the smiley face in front of them cameras, and he gets local lawyers, local civil rights attorneys.
So in other words, you describe him as a token nigga.
Absolutely. All them Black Lives Matter, them Benjamin Crump, NAACPs, man, they are Jewish funded, brother. We ain't creating none of that stuff, man.
So the family, I don't know, I'm asking, the family didn't do their due diligence where this was concerned with the local people. Is that what you're saying?
That is what I'm saying.
So
there were local people who were plugged in.
Here's my problem with that. Let's look at his parents. Let's look at the parents as themselves, because you have some people, some black people that are black people, and then you have some people that are undercover niggas. Niggas. And what it sounds to me like is the father or the father is an undercover nigga. He's a nigga. Right? So that's why he went the route he went, or why he's acting the way he's acting, because he's a nigga. Black folk would have did the due diligence that he's speaking of. Like, hold on, wait a minute. Before I know this is going to be a big case. Now, we not settling for no fucking Jiminy Cricket legal aid. We're not going to settle for him. We got to get you a lawyer because this shit is serious. But for you as a black father that you allowed your child to have a legal aid and thought that he was going to fight for you is diabolical, man. Diabolical. You didn't. So Batman's right. His father didn't do the due diligence to finding his son a lawyer, because if that was your child, well, that was my child, I'm going out to find a fucking lawyer. Nigga, I'm going to find you. You out there. You're going to want this case. You're going to fight. And a legal aid just don't have that fight in him, man. And didn't fight for this kid.
And Tone, did you know that his father left him in the courtroom to receive his sentencing alone?
Yes. Yep.
Nigga. A nigga. Let's call it a nigga. I ain't no man gonna leave. I'm not leaving my child alone to deal with that or by himself. Can you imagine? Like, yo, I know what it was like for me when I got sentenced and nobody was there for me, and I just stood there and took my shit on my own. But I had wished somebody was there with me. I wished I had people in my corner. And these are nigga peoples that just let the kid fend for himself. This is a child. I'm gonna say it like this: this child don't know his ass from his elbow. This child got in a fucking fight. He was trying to get these kids up off of him. He was poking niggas. I'm poking this nigga. And subsequently, the kid lost his life. Unfortunately, he was white. Now, if it was a black kid that he poked and killed, we wouldn't be having this discussion right now.
So
we wouldn't be talking about this at all.
Did the family, were they able to move? Did they move?
Yeah, they moved.
So that tells me one thing, right? If you can do that, you can seek counsel on who could take this case. Like consultations most of the time.
I wish I had a bell, Kiki. Go ahead, Kiki.
Consultations most of the time are free. Most of the time, you speak to these people and they'll tell you where things are. And if you don't like what they're saying, you move on to someone else. Because I think a lot of things the payment is deferred, from what I understand. Like when we win, I'm getting to that ass. I'm getting to that ass if we win. But if we lose, that's what it is. Because
sometimes with that, if they retire, you can have a free consultation, but then you need a retainer. And you need to pay the retainer.
But with that being said, now you have something to go out to your community. Now you have something to accept things from rappers. Now you have your social media. Now you have your GoFundMe, because there's a goal you moving towards as opposed to just fucking with this person because they get national attention. Like somewhere in there, these people were failed. They were failed. And they failed this kid.
So Kiki, is it fair to say? Listen to this. Is it fair to say that Batman was right in that way?
Yeah.
That this man didn't do his due diligence. This man didn't jump out there. This man didn't do. The father didn't do what he was supposed to do. Where is the mother in all of this? I have questions. Where's the mother in all of this? But she should have just as much say. But now I have a bigger question. You just said that they moved. Did the black family move after this, or was it the white family that moved after this?
No, his family moved with the help of the people who started out helping him.
Mm-hmm.
But during the process of him listening to the local people who had power to help him, in the midst of that process, here come them Benjamin Crump niggas that changed his mind. So he wanted to get the money. He wanted to get the money from the people who were helping him and then go on about his way. And they like, no, nigga, we raised over $1 million. We ain't doing that. Who does that? If you started out listening to me, you need to finish through this entire process because we're sacrificing for you.
Okay, so at the end of the day, they did some nigga shit.
Yes.
Because here's what you did. Instead of taking that, you took that money and decided to move the rest of your family and get out of Dodge, but you just left your son out to dry. You didn't give a fuck. You just cared about the money. That's a nigga. It's a nigga. Because if it was any one of us and they got that money's going to a lawyer. Fuck moving right now. I ain't thinking about moving. I'm thinking about getting my kid out of jail. My kid don't belong there. And that was not, if that's the case, that was not something on the father's forefront of his mind. You know what I mean?
And see, one thing that black folk or niggas to keep, it's like I say nigga every other word now, Kiki. Remember, I couldn't stand it.
You have to.
Stand it.
You have to.
Want to go to the GoFundMe. So the people who was helping this brother was saying, look, man, we ain't doing no GoFundMe. We're going to do it on our own. We're not going to make it a public spectacle.
Right.
We're going to organize privately and get the things that you need. We're going to put it in place quietly. Because the more you make it about the race thing, the more your chances are you're going to lose.
You get further away from what you could have been.
And that goes from a murder case on down to a simple case on your job.
No, because it makes
simple cases on your job. It's very hard to prove black and white issues.
It is. You got to pick the lesser. You got to pick the lesser. And somebody said it already in here that they should have went with the self-defense. They should have stuck it at that and pulled from that and built upon that. I agree.
Yeah. So as much as I have an issue with white supremacy and all that, what I have learned in the past 5 to 6 years from things that I have experienced is that we can argue that stuff until we leave up out of here. Until we get ourselves together and organize properly and sacrifice, ain't nothing gonna change, man.
Well, what I got you on here, Batman, I got a question for everybody that's on here because you said something, and it's always that energy that me and you got. You said something that I have written here, and it is about the question is, does being pro-black make you anti-white?
No. Being pro-black doesn't make you anti-white.
Does being pro-white make you anti-black?
Yes.
I knew it. Please do tell. Please expound.
Because that's the tenet and the creed of white supremacy.
Yes. Okay.
Everything white is right. Everything that ain't white is wrong. So they're anti everything except those who share their perspectives and philosophies.
Okay. No face, no case. What you say?
Sure.
Is being pro-black make you anti-white?
I agree 1,000% with what Batman just said.
Okay.
That's what it is. 1,000%. Because that's just what it is.
Okay.
That's what it is.
White Mizzle, your turn.
All right. So being anti-black means say the whole thing again.
Does being pro-black make you anti-white?
depends on the individual. You got to keep that in mind. It really depends on the individual. Some individuals feel like being pro-Black is just support your own, build your own, among the Black community, and probably has friends that are white people and associates more with the white people, and they're okay with them. It's just the fact that's like, hey, I just want to build my own community, my Black community. I can understand that. Case in point, but again, sometimes there are people who feel like, just want to call a white dude a honky all the time because of the fact that I don't like what they're doing. So it just really depends on the individual.
Okay, and the flip side of that, the opposite of that question, does being pro-white make you anti-Black?
Sadly, yeah.
Okay. What?
Because of the fact that it's like what was said. It's the premise. It's the foundation. It's the everything of a bigot's mentality. They just want to be, have everything to be what it is for the white folks, and that's it. Nothing more, nothing else, and nothing less. And it's that selfishness of it. So, but yeah, unfortunately, yeah, that is true.
Okay, so what do we want from an appeal? The two-part? What can we expect from an appeal, and what do we want from this appeal?
For the kid?
Yes.
For him to be out.
You want him to just get out and walk?
For him to get out, and by the time they take it back to trial, he'll have the proper attorney that knows what to object to and what to present.
Okay. That's the expectation?
The attorney he had now, the attorney he used, didn't object to nothing.
So is that the expectation or that's the want?
That's the want.
Okay. Okay. So what do we expect? Given what you know, what do you expect though?
I expect that nigga to do 35 years. And if I'm still alive and whatever the future holds technology-wise, I'll see him then.
Damn.
He's gonna do that time.
No face, no case. Same question for you.
The expectation is for this. I don't see this man being released right away.
Okay.
I don't see him being released right away. That's for one, right? But I don't see this young man doing the whole 35 years. You know what I mean? Especially, it depends on how things turn out at the appeal. Okay? But I don't see him, if like we said, if he has the right attorney that knows how to object and the right attorney that knows how to fight this case, I see it getting turned over. I don't see him walking, though. I see him doing it, the charge get reduced to like manslaughter. He pulled about 5 years. You know what I mean? 5 to 10 years. But I don't see him doing 35. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's just what we would like. But, it's only to be seen what can happen. From my knowledge and the way I feel about the situation is Batman could potentially be right. They could railroad him again. They'll find ways to railroad him, especially if the father has that type of pull with a judge and a prosecutor. They all in that court, building, they all intertwined with each other some type of way. So if he has to step foot back in there, it's not looking good for him. So unfortunately, you know what I mean? The reality is Batman could be right. Because these white people ain't gonna be like, oh shit, you're just gonna throw away and let this young black kid walk. You know what I mean? But he's gonna do some type of time. You know what I mean?
Do y'all think he should walk? Do y'all think
to be honest? I'm going to say this. Here's why I feel in some ways he should walk, because I've watched other people do far worse, and walk. And these were grown adults with fully capable minds. And this kid was in panic mode. You know what I mean? You got two white boys pummeling on you in panic mode. You're trying to get him off of him. So he wasn't thinking. He was just trying to save himself. You know what I mean? Now, granted, the decision was maybe shouldn't have had the knife on school property. I can see that. I can see the argument for that. I can see them fighting for that. I can see them saying, "Hey, if he hadn't had the knife, blah blah blah." So, do I see him completely getting up and walking away from this scot-free? As much as I would love to, because we've seen other white people do the same. Unfortunately, I don't see him walking away. I see him doing some type of time. He's gonna have to do some type of time. You know what I mean? The worst case scenario is he looks at 35 years. He's doing 35. The best case scenario, he maybe pulls motherfucking 5 to 10 years. They turn around and they break the charge down to manslaughter, and he does 5 to 10 years. You know what I mean? Because
but if it was my son, I have a young man. If it was my son, and this may sound a little weird, the fact that you killed someone, you got to sit down for a minute. I understand the circumstances. You were defending yourself and so on and so forth. But there has to be repercussion and consequences for that choice.
Okay, so Batman, okay, does that only apply to your black son? Should that apply to a race of people, not mattering of your color or your race or anything? It should just be law, period. Correct?
Based on the principles of justice, it should apply across the board.
Facts.
But we already know the country we in, so that ain't gonna apply across the board.
So you being fair and saying you would expect your son to sit down? I mean, in that case, when you take somebody's life, you know what I mean?
Look, my son got suspended, right?
Huh?
My son goes to McNamara.
Okay.
And nigga, that school ain't cheap.
It ain't.
He put hands on a couple dudes because I got him in the karate thing since he was little. You know what I'm saying, Tone?
Okay.
So he know how to handle that. However, the fact that I have had you in martial arts since you was a little boy and you went that route when you know better, you need to sit down for a minute.
So when you look at it from that point of view, I get what you're saying. But when we look at it from this child's point of view, was he equipped like that? Look at his father. Let's look at his father. His father's a nigga. We've already approved that. He's a nigga.
And look, Kasim is like, hey, Kasim, welcome back. Kasim said,
oh, shit, I haven't seen that name in a minute.
Right. He said it wasn't a knife. It was a track tool.
It was a track tool.
It wasn't a knife.
It wasn't a knife.
So what is a track tool? I need to see what that looks like.
You know them little things that got like 3 or 4 different attachments to it? It's a bottle opener and a couple other things.
Yeah. Something like a Swiss Army knife or nothing, something like that.
Yeah, it wasn't a blade.
So when you see when people say knife, I'm thinking of a knife. You know what I mean? Not a little Swiss Army knife. So what happens? He did poke the nigga in the wrong spot and hit an artery or something like that?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it was location. It was location. And that's what I was saying to you earlier. I said, young kids don't know artery placement. They don't know anatomy and physiology. They ain't thinking about that. They don't know that the artery carries blood, and if it's interrupted or severed, you bleed out. People don't know that. Like, the kids don't know. They just, in my opinion, you do things out of ignorance. You're doing things out of survival instincts, or this is, you know what I'm saying, like knee-jerk judgment. Because that's why kids are kids. So Spider said supposedly a parole officer got fired. Yeah, the chick got fired from her job because she said Anthony would be protected on jail. You know what I mean? And yeah, she did get fired for her comments. She got fired. Because it didn't fit the narrative of what they were spinning.
The local people in Texas that was trying to help the father has those type of contacts. Texas is a whole different dynamic than like what we used to over here.
They're a whole different world.
Like Virginia.
So the people who was helping who attempted to help the father, he got niggas inside and outside.
And he said, He said the kids were way bigger than him too. It thickens. It thickens. I
mean,
don't
well,
know.
if you're talking about like a little Swiss Army knife, that's what you mean. And this kid had Swiss
So you know
Army
them
knife.
little white boys, they soft as butter, man.
They are. Oh, there's no question.
They
So
soft as butter. You just
Spider
slap
asked you
them
a
and their
question,
neck will break.
Batman. So
Say it again.
Spider asked you a question. He said, "But Bruce, doesn't martial arts teach you self-discipline or teach you discipline first?"
Yes.
It teaches you self-control and self-discipline. It gives you a better, accurate assessment of a threat environment. When you engage in combat, you engage in so much in a sport type of setting, still taking punches, still taking kicks, still hitting the ground, but you do it in such a sports setting for so long that when you get into a real dynamic, you know how to approach it with a measure of reality and the same energy of that sport dynamic. Because you've been in the sport for so long, it assists in you remaining calm and controlled when you are in an actual street engagement.
Oh, he said it's a tool to tighten up your cleats.
I gotta look that up.
I know what that is. I know what that is. So,
Hey, white man, can you find out what that tool is, the track tool that they use to tighten up your cleats? And if you can't get an image of it, can you put it on the screen so we can all see?
So, Batman, does it if your son hurt someone with the knowledge and the education and the study he has behind him in martial arts, does that put him in a different bracket if he hurt somebody? Like knowing is that on paper or is that just he's too young for that to qualify?
He hasn't reached his black belt yet.
Okay, it's still
but for him, between his knowledge and mine, I know you made a wrong choice.
Okay.
And I'm all for slapping a nigga up, Tone. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
However, part of the reason you are in the arts is for you to make better decisions. So, yeah, you're going to take that suspension. And your mother not going to use her connections to get you out of it. You're going to eat that.
Ty is on here, white man. So you know, hey Ty.
We saw that the prosecutor and the judge and all that are all friends, and the father and all of them are friends.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's everywhere though. That's everywhere.
But that there alone warrants the appeal. Because that's a conflict of interest. You cannot preside on a case when you know the family, bro.
He was supposed to recuse himself.
So you're saying this is what he had that he used to stab these kids, to stab that kid.
This is for golfer cleats, golf shoe cleats.
Okay. I'd like to see the one for the track.
But technically it's similar.
They're similar.
So the pointy piece is what I'm looking at. Maybe that's the piece. Can you hover over those other ones and it looks like it's some other ones that I kind of see.
You can do work with that.
Go to the next one.
But see, Batman, you're equipped to know to do work with that. You're equipped to know how to use that tool to inflict damage. As me, I wouldn't know what the fuck. What I'm thinking in my head is, you could. Now I think about it, because the way I'm gonna hold that motherfucker and the way I'm gonna punch you, I'm gonna poke you up. I'm gonna poke you up with that.
And little Carmelo knew he could do work with that as well.
So
if that's the case, what the fuck was he doing with a tool like that in his pocket? That's what I'm trying to ascertain there. What was you doing with a tool like that? I'm trying to understand. That's not something. Is
he in football?
I was going to ask you, what was the sport?
Is he in the sport or something? I don't know. I'm asking.
That's the only reason.
Because they were there they were teammates, like rival teammates. I don't know of Kasi. What was the sport? What was the sport? So
I don't know. No, I'm just curious. So Spider, hey Batman, Spider says, but some people will say us Marines fall under the same rules, Batman, that you are equipped to, you know what I mean? You should be equipped as a lethal weapon because you're a Marine.
I am, yeah. But that doesn't blow up my ego. What that does, it expands my consciousness for self-control.
I can see that. I can see that.
In another instance, if you really saw combat, if you were really over in the dirt, you don't want no violence.
Yeah.
You don't want it. You don't want to get nowhere near it. So a nigga can call me all kind of punk bitches, you black fathead, or I can walk out of 7-Eleven, nigga, and say, nigga, your girl fat as shit. I ain't gonna say nothing. We gonna get in the car, we gonna pull off. I don't want no smoke because I'm gonna have to kill you. You understand what I'm saying, Tom? And that's not bragging or anything like that. That's the reality of the past experiences. So I don't want no smoke. You got it, sir.
I get that. You know what I mean? Because you know what you're capable of. You've seen things that we haven't seen, and you don't want to see that shit again. So I understand. So that gives you another level of consciousness to say, hey, yo, I'm good. You got it. You got it. It ain't worth it. Because as a person that doesn't know you and saying this shit to you, doesn't realize, nigga, you know I can fucking kill you and not even break a sweat. You know that within yourself, and then you're looking at the situation like, is it really worth it? You know what I mean? And it's
That's
not.
the thing. When you know it, not when you think it or want to project it out of ego or any of that. When you know it based on your experience, it automatically gives you that self-control.
Yes. So what they're saying is he ran track. Spider said he ran track, so that's why he would have. If he ran track, I could see him having that tool in his pocket. You know.
Okay, so my question now leads me to this: is it too late for the father to grab his bearings, being as though this gotten so much attention? He's gotten so much attention and so much money. Is it too late for the father to get his shit together?
The father doesn't have the money.
For the sake of the son.
Yeah. So
the father doesn't have the money. The GoFundMe stuff was frozen.
Oh.
That was part of the major problem. He didn't get the GoFundMe money.
Ah.
Yeah.
So he in the dirt. He in the dirt.
Yeah.
Well, the nigga had money to move. The nigga had money to move.
No,
the nigga had money somewhere.
They were helping him move. The local people were helping him move. But then, in the midst of those things, the Benjamin Crump niggas got involved with it and got in his ear.
Because they saw the money. They saw the money.
Yes. And then he went back to his help and say, well, let me take the money and go over here with the Benjamin Crump niggas. And the local niggas was like, no, sir, we ain't doing that. We're not going to make this a spectacle. We're from here. We know how things go down here. We're not going to make this a public spectacle.
Like Virginia. I have the dumbest question. It's the dumbest question, but I need to ask it because it might be somebody else who really wants to know this, right? So if I'm court appointed and I took my bar, I have these things beneath my belt, and you as my judge, either one of you could be you as the judge, kind of see I'm sub-performing, and I'm really just in this motherfucker bullshitting. There's nothing in the law that states that I need to have a little come to the kid. Let me holler at you for a second. What the fuck? Like, there's nothing in the law.
What are you asking? I'm trying to understand what you're asking.
However, that, like Tone said earlier, that would be a conflict of interest because you have your court-appointed attorney, but you also have the other side, the other attorney. That was the hold on, judge, why are you helping her? Why are you coaching her? You understand what I'm saying?
And if that's the case, why would the judge help him or coach him? You know what I mean? When the fix is already in and you're already set up. Ben Crump is a dark fucking burnt raisin that every time something goes on, he wants to run his mouth on TV. That's who he is.
Yeah, ambulance chaser.
He doesn't. Yes, though. That's what he is like. He is an ambulance chaser. Yeah. Anything to get his face on the TV and be, we as a black people a bit. Nigga, anywhere he could do that, he's gonna do that.
So what's his name?
Gonna be in a cookie jar.
What's his name with the perm and lost all the weight? This big old head. What's his name?
Oh, Al Sharpton.
Al Sharpton was one too. Jesse Jackson, John Lack was becoming one, but Al Sharpton for sure it was an ambulance chaser. He was anywhere you were.
Yo, I take it back in the days when he when he was all gung-ho for Tawana Brawley, that lying bitch in New York. Tawana Brawley lied and was like, yo, they raped her with shit. They put dog shit on her, put her in the bed, all kind of shit. And this chick lied about everything, but he was right there with her.
And the things that sharpened my mind was the places that he was not at. Like he was at everything, but what stood out to me was the places that he wasn't. So
where were those places?
Hey, look, this is the conclusion I've come to, Tone, right? At 57, brother. I've been listening and following Farrakhan since I was about 14 years old, right?
Yeah.
And as sharp as Farrakhan is, and the fact that he can pull 1 million black people together, 1 million plus, in DC, I was there, right?
Yep.
But ain't nothing changed. So if that nigga can't do it, it ain't gonna be done. You feel what I'm saying, Tone?
And that's the truth.
If it can be done and we can change justice, the justice dynamic of America, and he couldn't get it done, it ain't gonna be done.
I agree. Well, my people, this discussion, we have to just keep our eyes and ears glued to kind of see how this thing pans out. We welcome any and all stories that we have not spoken about, or things that, or details that we might be missing. Please feel free to send them to myself or Tone, and we're gonna follow this and make the addendums and drop downs and add little stuff to it as it goes along. I don't know, y'all. I don't know.
I hate to sound so negative. I hate to always sound like a Debbie Downer.
Freezing up on me.
No, it is what it is.
Yeah. Shout out to Kasey. Shout out to your brother Kasey.
Yep.
But I sounded so negative.
No, it's okay. It is what it is. But Batman, thank you for taking the time. Thank you for coming on here.
I appreciate that, Batman.
Always.
We always appreciate your perspective. I'm glad that you and White Mizzle could play nice today.
All right, so
you even agreed on some stuff.
I love you. I love you, White Mizzle.
My shit acting real fucking shitty right now.
White Mizzle.
We appreciate it.
My shit keeps freezing up.
Yep.
That's all right, Tone. We getting ready to head out anyway.
Hey, White Mizzle, you didn't just hear me say I love you, man?
I heard.
I mean, you gonna leave me hanging, or I'm gonna get a response?
I respect you too. So.
I said I love you, nigga. I ain't say I respect you. I said I love you. I'm messing with
Lord.
you, man. Y'all have a great night.
Yeah, you too. Go somewhere, but don't go nowhere.
All right, man. Go somewhere, but don't go nowhere.
Tone.
Hey, Kiki.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my shit.
Yes, sir.
Oh, actually,
my shit's freezing up bad. But if y'all can hear me, just hear me out on this. What do you feel about the orange peel and his celebration on the fucking lawn?
I think that's why I wanted to talk about that, but I felt like that was disrespectful. I felt like, you know what I felt like? Literally, I felt like the same way I felt when Meg Thee Stallion was twerking at the Essence Fest and Sexy Red. I felt the same way.
Let me see.
I think that's completely different.
You think so? I'm not a.
I mean, mind you, because the Essence Fest, it is what it is. It's a music festival. I mean, she was her and pretty much she was invited to perform and things of that nature. So, I mean, that's her stick. That's her game. So now if you try to say, doing that to the Kamala Harris announcement, presidential announcement, I wouldn't put that in the same picture either. I just think that that event was someone described it as and this is a sports pundit, and he pretty much described it, all the things that was put into this event that it pretty much equals what Donald Trump is. It was over the top, whole bunch of overhyped testosterone, mindless fighting, just ridiculousness, to the point where it's like, people will end up watching and all that stuff. And surprisingly enough, I don't know if you caught this, one of the couple of audience people were fighting out there, and they got arrested for it. So they were fighting inside the cage and outside the cage. So this thing was a clusterfuck from the top. And to me, it's just like, if we had a different president, doesn't matter if it was Kamala or not, we would not have this. As much as Trump claims that he loves sports and stuff like that, dude, you were sleeping through it. And on top of the fact, it's like, this is not what the White House needs. I mean, you destroyed Jackie Kennedy's garden for this shit. You destroyed the ballroom for this, and to the point where it's like you're just crazy. It's just absolute crazy. And then on top of that, we're getting the a F1 race series here soon. I just don't like this. I mean, to be honest with you, fully, this is supposed to be a big celebration for America's 250th anniversary of independence, and it doesn't feel like it at all. It to me is just random craziness that I just don't want to be a part of, and it's kind of sad.
And look, what do you see in the horizon? Like,
I see myself just watching the World Cup and try to enjoy it, even though there's a lot more craziness with that. But in all honesty, I just think it's going to be more and more ridiculousness until November.
This is a Weekend at Bernie's. No, this is Hangover 2. This is just it's excitement and just shit all over the place. It just feels like it's like it, and it has no end, no boundaries.
Actually, has no meaning. There's no meaning for it. There's no reasoning for it. Again, perfect example is, what was the point of Trump going to the Knicks game? Even though he claims himself to be a Knicks fan, or better, mind you, he hasn't represented anything that is New York for a long, long time.
New York hates him with a passion.
Yes. So why go there?
Well, no, let's
all that craziness.
Do you want me to answer that question for you?
Yes,
it's because the Knicks owner is a fucking Trump supporter. That's close, and the Knicks owner invited him to the fucking game. He just didn't invite himself. And this is what people need to understand. The fucking Knicks owner is buddy with Trump, and he invited Trump to the fucking game. That's why Trump was there.
Because I know that shit ain't even on his radar.
Let that marinate on your fucking tongue.
It's the attention from that game. That shit ain't on his radar. It's the attention from that game.
Everything is about attention for this man. Everything is about attention for this man. It doesn't matter how you look at it, what you say, whatever it is. Everything is attention for this man.
Sure.
And that's what it is. So I don't think the fucking low-life piece of shit who yelled out Michelle Obama is a man. I don't think Trump had something to do with that. I don't think he does. I don't think he knew about it. I think this dude was a fucking dumbass trying to get on Trump's side or trying to make himself viral for a minute or whatever the case may be. Blurted some shit out of his mouth, but you didn't correct it. So here's what I need Michelle Obama to do. Here's what I need the Obamas to do. I need you to take a page out of Trump's book and sell the motherfucking sue Dana White, sue all of them for $10 billion for defamation of character. Mm-hmm. Trump does it and gets paid. what would be the difference right now?
If they go low, we go high.
Look,
that has been her motto for a long time. So they go
she
low.
said we go to hell. Look, Harold Blackwell said he gonna leave the White House looking like Atlantic City.
You know what? He's right. Trump sucked the life out of Atlantic City, and once there was nothing left for him to get, the nigga got gone.
Yeah.
And look at the city now. That joint, Atlantic City ain't the same. It ain't the same. He sucked the life and all of the money out of the city and got gone. This is a con man that we have sitting in office. He is a con man. And he is running the city. He's running the country like it's a fucking business. He's lining his pockets. He's lining his homies' pockets. He doesn't give a fuck about the rest. That's just what it is.
Big Face PJ said he was invited because the lease is up next year and he's looking for leverage. And plus, he's a Trump supporter. And then Ty said he 80. He won't live long, guys.
We've been saying that for winning his, some of these things. So, but honestly,
at the end of the day, I agree with that. There's something really wrong with that man. His health isn't what the fuck you think it is. You know what I mean? Every time you see this nigga snoring and fart. That's all he does is snore and fart. That's all he does. And then you had nerve to talk about Joe Biden. Nigga, you worse off, bro. Like, come on, man.
He can help himself. Anyway.
It's been another fucking
Monday.
week.
Another fine fucking Monday.
Great discussion today, people. Great discussion. You know what I mean? Everybody has emotions is running wild about things going on in the country right now, and a way for us to come together and spit our thoughts and share our thoughts and express how we feel it. You know what I mean? Hopefully one day people will catch on, and like Batman said, man, we start coming together and maybe we can see some real change. But until then, man, we just gotta keep hoping and praying, bro. That's all we can do, you know?
I want to bring up something very important for our family that's on here, our Real Talk family. This is what we live on. We live on the back and forth, the input, your comments. I love it. Thank y'all for joining in and participating. We live on that. Please just keep that up. That's what drives our conversations. We different from other podcasts where they just talk to you. I want to talk with you. And this is why we came back. This is why me and Tone, we fuck with y'all the long way.
I would recommend this, just like you did with Batman. If anyone wants to be part of the podcast, since we're not able to call in, we can invite you guys. We can get up to maybe 7 more people. And you can come in, you can do the chat, as long as you're able to. And this is a personal invite to Ty if you really want to talk to the white man. So this is your thing.
And of course, we would love to have you on. At the beginning of every show now, since we have that as an option, we will definitely give you housekeeping rules, let everybody know how we run our house, and for everybody to act accordingly. Just let me and Tone know when we on here. Tell me, I want in. You know how y'all do. Put your hand up.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So when y'all have your comments and stuff like that, just like today, man, I didn't understand. I was trying to understand what Batman was saying, and he came right on, explained his point. We had healthy dialogue. You know what I mean? I understand where he's coming from. He understands where I'm coming from. And I think we were both we were coming at the point the same way, but just in 2 different directions. But we encourage you. If this is what you feel like you want to do, man, come on here. We don't have the phones no more, but come on, speak your piece. You know what I mean? We can have healthy dialogue. Maybe you seeing it from a different point of view that I'm not seeing it. I'd like to hear about it. And so it's not that we're trying to ignore. Sometimes we're not trying to ignore your comments. As you see, we stop and we try to read back and this, that, and third. But sometimes we overmiss that shit. And if we missing a real big point, or you want to make the point, hey, let us know, man. Come on, we'll send you the link. Hop on, chop it up with us, man. That's what we got to do. We're a little different over here.
Take it to the next level, y'all. 7 people. All right, y'all. I am top of the food chain.
And I am no face, no case. Go Knicks. My New York Knicks got the chip, baby.
And that's White Mizzle. We out, y'all. Have a good night. Like, share, and subscribe, please.
See y'all
Share
next week, man.
friends.
Oh no, we won't see y'all next week. We'll see y'all. We won't see them next week, Kiki.
Oh yeah, white man.
We'll see y'all the week after. Next week will be a rerun, y'all, and we'll see y'all the week after that, man. Y'all be safe. I'm out. Peace.